Come with me on the trip through the galaxy. Fly high, away from misery. Come with me on the trip through the galaxy. But your feet won't leave the ground.
Hey man, for those select few that are already initiated, you should already know what this is. And for those of you that aren't, just chill. See, we gonna get to the other stuff in a minute. But what I'm always trying to get everybody to understand is everything is vibration. So, by my estimation, we late on that vibe we're trying to catch, man. That's the curse. And see, I'm gonna be your guide through the solar system, man. And this right here, I'm gonna take you to Venus and back. Let's go. In this trip, man, you're gonna realize that it's about that time for you to just open up your ear and let me crawl into your mind. One time. And that's the push right there. And hey Dad, if you're watching this, I gotta inform you at this time that we're no longer in the same tax bracket. Holla at you. That's the curse. Yeah, that's the kush. We that fly over here. What it was, y'all. Y'all know who it is. And I'll show you this time. And this is Priceless Knowledge of Self. And this also ain't nothing but some cosmic insight, man. And I hope everybody feeling good. I hope everybody vibing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going down, man. And this right here, this gonna be the last installment in our Venus in the Houses series. And in doing so, it's only right that we bring it home. So this right here, this is a little something about those people that have Venus in the 4th house of their natal chart. Yeah. And before we actually go there, what we're going to do first, if you don't know my style, is I'm going to tell you a little bit about Venus. I'm going to give y'all a little bit about the energy that comes along with it and how it might affect you. Then after that, I'm going to give y'all a little bit on what the 4th house of the astrological chart is actually all about. Then after that, we're going to bring it to a climax, which is actually what I do best. And it's also my favorite. Mi favorito. So, without wasting any more of anybody else's time, not like I could do that anyway. Let's get it cracking. So, Venus. Venus, this is the second planet from the sun. It's never more than 47 degrees away from the sun. It's feminine energetically, and it rules over the signs of Taurus and Libra, as well as the second and the seventh house of the zodiac chart. And for me, Venus is all about pleasure, especially pleasure shared with somebody else in particular. And that's because it concerns itself with love, romance, harmony, money, marriages, friendships, business partnerships, and beauty. And Venus is about spreading happiness and tenderness, and at the same time teaching us to love and appreciate the things that we possess. Okay. And it's all about the arts, and each one of our individuals sense of the aesthetic. And Venus really wants us to indulge in our senses and revel in the beauty of the universe. And it's really inextricably linked to culture, charm, grace, and refinement. And it also kind of deals with the pleasures that we derive from our possessions, and luxuries of all kind are going to be pleasing to Venus. And it really wants us to appreciate, to really appreciate the exquisite nature of things. And as I always tell y'all, when you're fooling with Venus, this is an extremely sensual, not necessarily sexual, but an extremely sensual world. And, when we're talking about the house placement of Venus, it can show how and what you love. Understand? And so, when we're talking about the fourth house, okay, the fourth house is ruled by the moon and the sign of Cancer. And it's considered to be the house of family and the house of home. And it's also known as the Natal or the IC. And it's here that we place ourselves firmly and we really lay down our roots into the earth, as it were. And one day, we'll really return to those same very earth. And so it's here in the fourth that, things are kind of brought full circle by also addressing our old age endings and our final resting place. And a lot of astrologers don't ever care to mention that when talking about the fourth. They only associate death with the eighth. But the seventh and the fourth both play a role in the natural death. Understand that. And they both can speak to it in different ways. And it just depends on what you see aspected and what you see going on. You know what I'm saying? But don't everybody want to tell everybody the truth. They want to sugarcoat everything. But we know that's not how I do. So, on another note though, this house can also speak to our relationship with our mom and, how that has really shaped our sense of self in whatever way that is. So, that's definitely worth paying attention to also. And if you ask me, the fourth can really represent our actual house and or any real estate that we might have. So, or any that we might acquire later on. So that's the way to look at that too. And, there's also, with the IC, it's all about our family. It's all about our history. It's all about our traditions, which also really contribute to the process of building a genuinely actualized and individualized self with us. You understand? And this right here, it really represents a sense of home. And in its highest form, it can be all kinds of stuff going on here. But the fourth also speaks to our emotional experience, how we feel deep down. With the 10th being the highest point in the chart, you're looking at how you appear, what you're kind of like. But with the fourth, this is who you are deep down, which is crazy because I always like to give y'all incorporation so it puts your mind on. I'm going to tell you like this, which is interesting. I'm a Cancer midheaven. Okay. So that means my Cancer is the highest point in my chart. All right. So I got Cancer basically in Capricorn because that means Cancer is up there by the 10th house, really close to the 10th house cusp. Okay. So Cancer in Capricorn, but I also have Mars in Capricorn in the 4th house. So I have that going both ways in opposition, but it's also supporting each other. The energy is the same energy back and forth. You understand? And it works like that. Okay. And just think about, any planets that you have in the 4th house, they really show what energy we have to work with in an emotional realm and in a domestic sense. Okay. And so, when we put Venus in the 4th, this right here, this is a placement where if you know what the 4th house is really all about, and after everything that we've discussed, there's no way, you should not know what the fourth house is all about. You understand? But if you can even remotely fathom what the fourth is all about, you know, you can see that, you know, Venus really brings to the table a really, you know, a really cliche thing is what I'm trying to get away from, but I'm just going to tell it to you. What Venus means here is home is where the heart is. No bones about it. For them, home is where the heart is. And, you know, in being so, this right here, it usually suggests pretty harmonious domestic life going on at home. It has to. And, you know, what it really says to me is that, you know, these people really grew up in a home that they really felt loved. They felt loved in their home, and they saw their parents love each other. And that really helped them grow into people that were optimistic and cheerful, who really weren't afraid to show you that they care about you. And they also really need that in return too, man. Okay. They need that, because being surrounded by love and warmth is actually utterly essential to these folks right here's well-being. And they really understand the balance and the fair exchange that really comes with emotions and love. So it can really be advantageous when it comes to building a happy family of their own later on in life, man. And unless other aspects are challenging or other planets are confusing the situation, you know, neither the household that they grew up in or the household that they're trying to build later on, you know what I'm saying, had a whole bunch of negativity and conflict going on. And a lot of that has to do with the native's ability to, you know what, somewhat smooth things over and bring harmony within the home. A lot of the times what this says to me is they were the person that, you know, was the catalyst for bringing balance between people. Like, hey, man, y'all tripping, man. We love each other. And in a lot of cases, there's nothing, absolutely nothing more beautiful than that right there. And so, you know, what you got to do is just respect it or check it. And you can't do nothing but love that. And it also says that they probably got along with most of their family really well, but, you know, they probably had a really most special dedication, you know, with their mom. And, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be their mom. It could be their dad, but it shows that one of their parents, man, like they had a really loving bond, you know what I'm saying? And they just understood each other emotionally. And those two brought balance to each other. And, you know, the way that love was shown to them by this parent, it blossomed in this beautiful soul in this individual. Okay. And, you know, you could also think about it like this, because it really doesn't have to be the mom, because in my chart, my 10th house is my mom. And, you know, the 4th house is my dad. Okay. Because that's just how it goes, man. The 4th house is my dad is a Capricorn moon. Okay. And so that's where that comes from. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Cancer midheaven, and I got Leo, and I got Mercury and Venus and Leo in the 10th house. My mama's a Leo moon. So that's my 10th house. You understand? And you can look in your chart and actually see how your genetics play out. And if you can't figure it out, tell me about it and I'll help you. Okay. Cause it's that real, man. And I could even see that. I can just say that whatever they had going on, this parent of theirs, it was an extremely positive and harmonious influence on them. And hey, with Venus in the 4th, this can also signify somebody that might have come from money. Okay. This might have been somebody that comes from money. They didn't have a lot of bad stuff going on. And that's just being real. Doesn't necessarily have to mean that, but it can necessarily, I mean, it could definitely, you know, tell me that might have been the case with these folks. I'd have to take a good look at them and see what's going on, and then we'll know what's up. And so, besides our familiar home and our current family, you know, the 4th house, it really also speaks to our ancestry. Okay. And our roots too. So these folks here are the type that love to just learn about their great grandparents and all of their ancestors. And they really like to know where they came from. And they're really proud of that. And it really means a lot to them to know that they come from, you know, a certain lineage. You know what I'm saying? And a majority of them kind of tend to take on a little more of a conservative approach, you know, or whatever their family's approach was, depending on the sign. You know what I'm saying? I've also noticed that, you know, because of the simple fact that traditional values mean everything to such a person like this, man. And, and they usually put establishing a happy home life, at the very top of that list. They are going to be able to, this is somebody that really knows that, hey, when work is over with, I'm coming home. We're having dinner. I'm going to ask my kids how their day went. Like, these are the type of things that are important to them. Okay. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. This is somebody that loves actually having a structured home, but their home doesn't have to be structured on discipline, much as like, unless there's a lot of Capricorn energy going on like mine. It's more structured on love and harmony and balance. You know what I'm saying? I have Mars in Capricorn there. So I had a pretty rough home growing up, but it only made me stronger. Okay. And, it also says that, these people tend to live according to their family tradition. And their ethics are either the same or very, very similar to those of their parents. So they raise their kids the same way that their parents brought them up too. So, which is probably, in this case with Venus here, with a lot of love and affection and support. And on a little side note, okay, having Venus in the fourth can make a person real, real lucky when it comes to real estate and land too. So, there's some news you can use, man. And I've also seen that, a lot of these people are really drawn to the past. They're really drawn to the past because they really inherently understand that, they can always, look for answers to what's going on now, in questions to the present, from the past. And if our heart is right, you probably have ancestors here that are willing to help you in a spiritual sense. But who am I to tell you that? You have to be able to believe into such a thing. And not everybody does. I do. Because my mama and my nana, they be on my head. They be on my head, man. And, let me also say that, you could also see a lot of these folks taking up an active interest in, ethnology, in history, in archaeology, just to feel that strong, deep connection with the way that their ancestors lived. They really want to know about that. And this also speaks to those true patriots too. You know what I'm saying? These are the ones that really love their country and have a deep appreciation for the land that they come from. So, that's respectable in my opinion. I'm a Cancer, but, I'm not loyal to one nation. I'm a Cancer in the 9th house. I'm loyal to the whole world. I'm a citizen of the world. And I'm loyal to my spirituality. I'm loyal to y'all that are loyal to me. I'm loyal to that camera because I love it and it loves me, huh? Let me behave. But anyway, man, when we talk about, it coming to the love life of the Venus in the 4th house person, man, they're really typically attracted to conservative people who really, probably value traditions. And, they really ain't much interested in some quick passing romance either. And let me tell you that, if this is a male, and it might even be a female, but they're going to usually be attracted to somebody that reminds them of their mother. That's what they want. Somebody that was down with them like that, and somebody that loved them unconditionally, just like such. And who wouldn't want such an amazing love? Because I sure miss my mama. I sure miss my mama, man. And look, I told y'all the 10th house up there, that's my mama. My Venus is in my 10th house. I love my mama. I love my mama. And y'all know that. God rest her soul. Sometimes I feel like she can't rest because I'm all mama. And my mama's on another plane of existence. You understand? Love my mama. She was everything, and everything that's good about me that y'all see this light when it is shining on me. That's my mama. That's Sue. You know what I'm saying? That's Sue. My Mercury and Venus in Leo in the 10th, that's her Leo moon. That's the love she showed me. You know what I'm saying? For real. For real, man. And, you know, let me also say that these are the type of people that want a family and the whole shebang. They want the whole shebang. But I've also noticed that, you know, a lot of them end up marrying later on in life. You know what I'm saying? And for whatever the reason may be, I don't know. And no matter what it is, you know, or when it is, should I say, when they do settle down, man, emotions, you know, emotions are crucial to them. And, you know, they really, you know, they themselves are really deep people, and they need a really deep bond with people. And they really just want people to feel safe with them. And that's more than anything else. And so if you can get them to feel safe and they feel safe with you and they know that you feel safe with them, then y'all are going to have a passionate experience that is probably unparalleled. Okay. This is somebody who is going to make love to you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just talking about physically. I'm talking about somebody that's going to touch you deep down. You know what I'm saying? This is sexual healing. I'm just saying. Think about it, man. And, you know, let me also say that, man, you know, there are not a lot more important things to them, you know, than building a bond with somebody. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And that right here in this day and age, a true bond, a long lasting bond that's going to last to the old age. They want that forever. That's not something that's easy to come by in these days, man. You know what I'm saying? But the good thing is, man, you know, having a fourth house Venus usually makes them really charming. And, you know, they're usually the type that attracts, you know, their partners to them instead of the other way around. That's a little trick with Venus in the fourth. You know what I'm saying? But even if it don't play out like that, just because you built like that, you don't have to build like that. We all have all of this energy available to us. What we do with it is what we do with it. And even beyond that, it's not about what you do. It's about how you do it. Okay? And that's some priceless knowledge in itself. And this has been some priceless knowledge of self. If y'all are interested in any astrological readings whatsoever, you can either hit me up in the comments below, or you can email me at mr.turner1300@gmail.com. Okay? And you can do the same thing if you want some merch. But let me tell you, because I got to be real, I love selling it to you, and we'll get it done with the quickness. But you can buy all the merch you want, but you probably never be as fly as this. You know what I'm saying? And that's not me just capping. The truth of the matter is, things like this, the swag like this, it's got to be in you and not on you. You know what I'm saying? I worked hard to be able to, you know, be like this, stocky like Rocky. But even if not, I got Jupiter in the 6th house. So that blesses me in a way. I guess I got, you know what I'm saying? I also got Pluto in the 1st. So I got to be built to go through some really tumultuous things. But that's beside the fact. Hey, man, y'all like, share, and subscribe, man. If y'all are interested, hey, man, if y'all are watching this and you ain't hit the dislike button, you should hit the like button. If you ain't hit the like button, you really a straight up hater, bro. Okay? Help me get out there, man. If y'all are interested in donating to the cause, y'all see the link in the description. Do that. Do that. Show me some love. You know what I'm saying? Very few do. But for the ones that have, man, I salute you. And I'm down with you forever. And even if you don't, I'm still down with you because that's just who I am. You know what I'm saying? Love really don't cost a thing. Y'all keep it real.